The Zach Gelb Show continues on Fox Sports 920 The Jersey.
All right, welcome back in. Zach Gelb Show, Fox Sports 920 The Jersey. It was a party in the Palestra this past weekend. Princeton's going back to the NCAA tournament as undefeated Ivy League champions. They'll kick off NCAA tournament play Thursday in Buffalo up against number 5 Notre Dame at 12:15. And now joining us is a champion of the Ivy League, a Princeton guard, a New Jersey native, and that, of course, is Amir Bell on the Zach Gelb Show, Fox Sports 920 The Jersey. Amir, appreciate the time. Congratulations. And how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for coming on, and we appreciate it. So you guys were in control in that second half up against Yale, and you knew you were going to be going to the NCAA tournament. But when that final buzzer did sound, what were the emotions that you were experiencing? What was going on in your head when you knew you were going to the big dance?
Oh, man, it was a great feeling. As a kid, you dream about that moment, playing the NCAA tournament, and just to have the clock hit 0 and us being winners, it was just a great feeling, and it was great to relish that moment with our team.
You guys did your job in the regular season being undefeated, and then they had the inaugural Ivy League tournament this past weekend, so you had to win 2 more onto your resume to get to this point. You play a game up against Penn, which it looked like you guys were going to lose, but Miles Stevens had a clutch shot late, and you go on winning in overtime. Going into that Penn game, did you guys feel a little bit of pressure being the top dog in the Ivy?
I wouldn't say it was pressure. We knew what the stakes were. We knew it was win or go home, and we knew it would be a challenge playing Penn at the Palestra. And, it's just a big rivalry, Penn-Princeton, so we knew it would be a fight and that we'd have to give it our best, and they played great. We were lucky enough to come out on top.
You guys had a great team effort all year long, but let's focus on some individuals. Miles Stevens, since we mentioned him, 21-10 versus Penn, and then backs it up yesterday with 23-8 and some few big blocks. Just how about the play of your teammate, Miles Stevens, who, by the way, named Ivy League MVP for winning the tournament?
Oh, Miles has been incredible. He's a great two-way player. He's so talented. He does so much for us, guards the other team's best player. And offensively, especially this weekend, he just showcased what he can do. Made shots, got to the rim. He's a matchup issue because he can take it in the paint and he can score from outside. So, he's just been great this year, all around, and he's been so big for us.
You guys play with a certain level of toughness on defense, and then you also have a little bit of a swagger on the court. When Miles makes a big block like he did the other day up against Yale, what does that do for the confidence of this team?
Well, I think it really gets us going. Plays like that can really change momentum. And, we've just been trying to be gritty on defense all year and make big plays, make stops. So those type of plays, have really defined our season. So when he does things like that, I think it picks up the rest of the team and gets us going.
An observation that I saw when you guys were celebrating the Ivy League tournament on Sunday, you were trying to get a dance circle started, and Miles, it looked like he wanted no part of that, right, Amir?
Yeah, we tried. We tried to get him to.
Is he not a big dancer?
No, he actually does. I think he was just being shy.
Gotta love that. Amir Bell on the Zach Gelb Show, Fox Sports 920 The Jersey. Princeton going back to the NCAA tournament. When I was watching your team over the last 2 days, the thing that jumped right off the page was clearly your stifling defense, and you guys held Yale in the final 8 minutes of that game without a field goal. Just take me through your defensive approach right now, because you guys have been sensational on that side of the ball.
Yeah, I think midway through the season, our team we fell in love with playing defense, and I think that's when our season changed, and that's where we've formed an identity. And, sometimes our offense might not be going, but we know that we can get stops. We can be in any game. So just, defensively, it's just about getting stops. We've been able to switch and adapt to the other teams' offenses, and I think that's just our calling card this year.
You guys have also been a resilient team, and the best part about sports is when a team is able to overcome adversity, and you guys had some unfortunate adversity. You lost Hans and Caruso early in the year. You start off 4-6, and now have won 19 games in a row and are going to the big dance. Just when you guys were sitting at 4-6, I know you mentioned a little bit about the defensive play, but how'd you guys get out of that funk more and really just change the mindset to be a team right now that is just playing so cool, calm, and collective basketball?
Yeah, I think we started to click maybe probably at Monmouth we played a really good offensive game, but then at Bucknell on the road we played a really good team, and we were able to, win that game mostly on defense. And I think after that we realized that no matter what, our defense would be able to carry us. We've been through a lot this year as a team, and I think it's helped us grow. We won a lot of different ways, had multiple people step up in different games, and I think that's really important.
When you guys were 4-6 before the Monmouth game and then before you played Bucknell, knowing all the expectations that were on you guys before the year, what was Coach Henderson like in practice? What were practices like at Princeton when the time on the court was a little bit down?
I think, we stayed the course. Coach stayed positive, told us to keep trusting ourselves, keep trusting the process, and then just keep working on all the little things, because if we focused on ourselves throughout the year, they would start to come up and show up. And I think throughout the year we got better, and all of the 4-6 start, we learned a lot from those games, and it just helped us in the long run.
What have you learned from your coach when you came in here as a freshman to sophomore year and now being in your junior year? What have you learned from your head basketball coach, Mitch Henderson?
I've learned so many things just about being a point guard, just being a basketball player, leader, just how to stay poised, how to go at that every play matters, like the details, all the little things, and just, you got to take every play like it's the last. He just instilled in a great deal of, wisdom to me, and how you should lead a team, and how that, every play, a game comes down to 4 or 5 plays, so, like, you can't take any plays off. I think that's the biggest thing.
Amir Bell with us right now on Fox Sports 920, the Jersey, the Zach Gelb Show. 609-919-9200 is the telephone number. Princeton going back to the big dance. Amir, it's always special to go to the NCAA tournament. You don't need me to tell you that. But being a Jersey kid, someone that went to East Brunswick and now is representing Jersey in the biggest stage of college basketball, how much more does that mean to you, just that you get to represent your home state in the big dance?
Oh, yeah, it's really big. It's great to represent Jersey, being from East Brunswick, so close to Princeton. It'll be great to go to the tournament, and I know we'll have a lot of fans watching. We got a couple of other Jersey kids on the team this year, so, it's really great. We always talk about, bringing Jersey kids back to Princeton basketball, so it's really great, and we're looking forward to it.
It's been fun to track your journey, because even though I'm from Long Island, I had a friend that went to high school with you, Evan Goldwasser, who was your manager on your basketball team. And I always remember him telling me about you and some of those legendary battles your teams would have up against Karl Anthony Towns. What do you remember about playing Karl Anthony Towns?
Oh, yeah, those are some great matchups, East Brunswick and St. Joe's. He was such a great player. We were fortunate enough to have some really good games against them, great atmospheres, student sections. And, just playing against competition like that, you relish those opportunities, and they prepare you for all the different types of players you're going to play in the future.
Amir Bell with us right now. Amir, this season didn't start the way that you wanted it for you personally. You were starting, and then they made the switch to have you come off the bench. When Coach came to you and said, hey, you're going to be coming off the bench, how'd you handle that transition?
I just, took it, got to work, put more time in the gym, and just tried to help my team in any way possible. Because at the end of the day, it's how can you help the team win games? So, coming off the bench, I just wanted to positively impact the team, be as good as I could be defensively and offensively so that we could win games.
A big cliche in college basketball is it doesn't matter how you start, it matters how you finish. And every kid wants to start, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. When Coach first came to you, was it a little bit tough to make that transition since you were a starter, or not really?
It was a little tough, but not really. I mean, you just, you got to do what's best for the team, and whatever coach asks you to do, you got to be willing to do it. And whether it's coming off the bench or starting, I just wanted to help my team in any way possible.
And you've had some run during this win streak. Really evaluate and take me through your game right now and where your confidence level is before you head into the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I think just personally I've been playing a lot more confidently. My shots have been falling. I've been attacking more, picking my spots, been in a good rhythm. But I've been really trying to, play well on the defensive end. I think the better I play on the defensive end, the more it gets me going offensively. So just impacting the game in as many ways possible I can for my team. And, hopefully we can keep this win streak going.
You're real intelligent, athletic, and I could also see that you're a leader when I was watching you this past weekend. How'd you fall in love with the game of basketball? When was your first interest in the sport?
I probably picked up the game when I was like 5 or 6. My dad played basketball when he was younger. He was my first coach. He had a real passion for the game. I would go to the gym with him, watch him play. And I think that's really when I fell in love with the game. And ever since then, I haven't been able to stop.
When did you know you were really good? Like, hey, I could do this in college?
Probably like freshman or sophomore year in high school. AAU tournaments, I was doing pretty well. Started competing against some of the better players, and I was holding my own. So that's really when I thought I should, put my full effort into playing basketball collegiately.
Even though you're a leader, the real leaders on this team, the seniors, obviously this is their team, and you see guys like Stephen Cook and Spencer Weiss, after the hard fought that it took over the last few years to get to this point, really get to see the benefits from going to the NCAA tournament in their final year. Just how happy are you for Stephen and Spencer that they finally get to experience this?
Oh, man, no one deserves going to the NCAA tournament more than them. They mean so much to this program. They put in so much work. They're such great leaders. They really carry our team, on and off the court, just imploring us to get better every day, bringing us together as a family. And that goes with the rest of the seniors as well. So, it's such a great feeling to be able to get them to the NCAA tournament and be able to go together. I'm so happy for them. They really deserve it.
Let's get to your opponent, Notre Dame. You guys are the underdog in the 5-12 game. Notre Dame has been to the Elite Eight before for consecutive years, and they're a team that's well coached by Mike Bray. When you get the early scouting report on Notre Dame, what are some things that stand out to you about them?
They score the ball really well. They have a lot of great shooters. They move the ball. They've got a good options. So it's going to be a challenge. We really look forward to it. Got to slow them down defensively. Hopefully we can, stop them from getting as many open shots. But it's going to be a challenge, and we're going to be hopefully ready for it.
I know you guys are on your way to Buffalo in just a few hours, but I know from the drive from Jersey to Buffalo, about 6-7 hours, you have a lot of friends and family already bugging you for tickets and getting excited to come see you guys play on Thursday?
Yeah, a few. Hopefully people can make it up. I know there's a snowstorm coming tomorrow, but I think we'll have a lot of fans come out and support, and I'm just looking forward to it. And, it'll be a great experience.
Well, Amir, best of luck. We're really pulling for you. Have a good game coming up on Thursday, and hopefully we see another game for Princeton this year. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on.